Tree, thanks so much for taking a few minutes and talking with me today. I appreciate it.
Not a problem. Glad to be here.
So why don't we start out by you telling me just a little bit about Quest Software?
Sure. We help simplify IT management, and in those terms for us, it really is all about helping customers migrate and manage to their Microsoft stack for my particular business unit.
Let's talk about data migration then, because it seems to be a real hot topic with our readers. So, and it also seems to be kind of a tricky and time-consuming process. So, really, what are some of the issues that can come up during a traditional migration process?
Sure. We've been performing migrations for well over 12 years now, and what we've seen, the 5 common mistakes from customers really are around poor planning. They just they don't take the time to do their due diligence up front, truly understanding the scope. And you know that saying about, failure to plans, like having a plan to fail?
Right.
It truly is the case here. The second one is just underestimating the user and organizational impact. Migrations are extremely disruptive. So most customers go in there and they don't understand that these processes are really resource intensive, and you want to make sure that customers can still collaborate. They still have their service level agreements as far as leveraging those systems. Mm-hmm. So you don't want to impact their business productivity with those systems. And the third is just they lack a coexistence strategy. So sometimes migrations can be done, if they're smaller, they can be done over a weekend. And so that's not that big of a deal for having coexistence strategy. But sometimes there's customers out there that actually it takes them weeks, months, or years to finish a migration. Wow. So in that case, they want to make sure that they can continue to collaborate like they did before when they were on one system during that entire transition. So that's really the coexistence piece. The fourth is about data protection. Backups are essential. There's no better time to have a backup than when you're performing migrations. So they tend to not do that, and they actually need to occur more frequently than just maybe once a day. They might want to do it more, like every 4 hours or so. So in case something does happen, they can just revert back to the latest backup that they had. And the last is just the failure to focus on management. Everyone's pretty much narrow vision, right? They're just tunnel vision. They're focused on, they think the nirvana is just getting that platform,
right.
But they don't think after the fact, like, wait a second, I need to also make sure that I manage that environment, that I maintain it, and I can just overall help lower the total cost of that ownership of that environment, whether that's reducing risk, ensuring compliance, helping change management, all of those types of aspects about management. And so at Quest, how we help resolve that is through our zero impact migration solution. And so that's what we've seen. Customers, those are 5 typical issues that we typically see with migrations.
Okay, all right. So keeping that in mind then, do you have any tips for companies to kind of help minimize the risks that are associated with migrations?
Sure. And, I introduced or talked a little bit about the zero impact migration solutions. For us, it's really about 4 core pillars. Mm-hmm. It's about helping customers prepare, helping them migrate, helping them coexist, and also manage. So those are the 4 core pillars that we believe in. Each of those aspects for our case, I'll touch upon maybe all of them real briefly. On the prepare, we're going to come in and just essentially provide customers the ability to do a complete analysis of their environment. So they can get a total snapshot of their environment, help them plan better than what they've done or what they were planning to do in the past or lack thereof. We're going to help them on the migrate phase, make sure that there's no impact to the end users while they do their migration, regardless if it's a weekend or what we typically call a cutover or a long duration. We'll ensure that they'll continue to collaborate with one another. On the coexistence, it's really all about that. Regardless of what environment that they're in, they can make sure FreeBusy works. They can make sure all the things that they use and what you and I use every day with our email systems, there'll be no impact to that business productivity or employee productivity. And then just management, again, just talking about how we can come in and just reduce that overall total cost of ownership. So we feel like that holistic approach, that's the best way to approach a migration versus just, blindly going into it and just, trying to do it. Those are the best practices and the guidance that we typically provide for all our customers.
Okay, all right, and that makes a whole lot of sense. So with the managed services providers and other audience members that we have, our readership, what are some of the tools, or how can they utilize Quest tools to kind of help their customers?
Sure. I would recommend that the MSPs, because we have a really large offering, a large breadth set, and really depth in all of our product sets. I really recommend them just going out to www.quest.com/Office365, and those same solutions that we offer around Office 365 certainly help those MSPs that are leveraging Exchange for their hosted environments.
Excellent. Well, Tree, thank you so much for walking me through it. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.